Hey everybody, it's Josh here, and I'm going to do a video about prophecy. And I tried to start this one a couple times, and I just can't formulate this. After a couple of years of making videos, I guess it's been a little over a year and a half now, I've really only covered prophecy maybe once or twice, if that. I don't even think I've ever made a video about prophecy. And why it came to mind today is because I was realizing how little faith I have in prophecy. I think it started when I got a message the other day from a sub that said, I know you might not believe this, but on February 6th there's going to be an event. It's going to be a quasar or something, or I don't know, some sort of a event that's going to fry the earth and whatever. I've heard these a lot, and so I don't dismiss them, and I don't tell people they're wrong or say, I just say, well, this is just another prophecy, another year, another thought, another idea. Today, if a person were to say, I received word from God that there's going to be this horrible event that's going to happen on this date, people would say you're crazy. But if we say, hey, look, in this book, this person said that God spoke to him and said that this is going to happen, then all of a sudden we accept it as gospel, no pun intended. I don't understand why a person would believe a prophecy that a human spoke in a book, as opposed to just believing a person who's speaking prophecy directly. Like, hey, I speak with God and this is going to happen. So when I was about 18, 20, I got really into prophecy. I read all the Nostradamus stuff. I got way into... I wanted to know if what these prophecies were. So I got myself very involved in all the different Nostradamus quatrains and tried to understand, okay, so what is it about prophecy and how can we learn from it and how can we improve our future? And what I learned was that every one of these prophecies that I read had come and gone multiple times. In other words, when Nostradamus spoke of, rising and falling nations, some people say, well, it was in modern day, and other people say, no, it was his time, the people that lived this time. Same thing with the Bible. A lot of the stories in the Bible, people like Revelation, a lot of people believe it's something that's going to happen in our time. I don't know why, because there's absolutely nothing in the Bible to say, after the year 2000, this is going to happen. But I think that people, what they do is they read into it, like it says here that the end times will occur when man is doing this or doing that. Man becomes selfish, man does this. These are recurring themes that have happened through history over and over, so it's nothing that you can really pin down to the modern day. And most of these prophecies, I've found, can be attributed to a wide variety of situations. So I lost my faith in the Nostradamus prophecies because I realized that most of them were, it's not that I believe they're bunk, because I think that Nostradamus had a connection that we don't understand, and I do believe that much of this stuff was probably true prophecy. See, I'm not trying to dispute that prophecy happens or that people can actually prophesy the future. The problem lies with the human and their subjective views of things and how they twist it up in their own minds, and moreover, how to apply that and write it down in a way that helps people or actually does anything. That's the thing. If a prophecy is doing nothing but stating something that's going to happen, how is that going to help anyone? No one's going to be able to stop the prophecy if they don't believe in prophecy anyway. And if the prophecy does come true, then they'll say, well, it was prophesized it was going to happen. And I see most of the prophecy seems to just go back and forth between... it all ties into our basic fundamental human desire to understand where we're going and to understand our future. Because the history is written for us. The future, we have no idea. And through prophecy, we could say that the future is written for us, too. I can imagine it's pretty a warm, fuzzy feeling to believe that, Jesus is going to come back to earth and that, that he's going to rapture the people who are great and all these different ideas. And what I've realized is that the prophecies, are the ones that people believe are the ones they want to believe. They don't really discuss negative prophecies. You don't hear many negative sorry, I'm going to reverse that. The positive prophecies, you don't hear as many positive prophecies. You don't say, well, this person's going to be king, or this person's going to do this, and it's going to be great, and everyone's going to be, jubilous and happy. There are a few that say, well, this person will come, Jesus will return, and, or that there will be Eden on earth, or whatever different, beliefs of how things could be, but they're usually just general ideas. It's not like this is going to happen on this time, so there's nothing that can really help us in that sense. But most of the prophecies lean towards the negative. They lean towards destruction, turmoil, and that's why I made this video. That's what got me interested in talking about this, because I can't remember, it was a philosopher I was listening to a lecture, and he mentioned that briefly, and it stuck with me, how you don't hear much about prophecy unless it's negative. And I think that's because so many bad things happen to us. There are let me put it this way, there are certain things in life that all humans will agree are negative or bad for human life, such as earthquakes, let's say. There's very people who would say, well, earthquake's good because it's helping the earth adjust its place, which, yes, it is, but throughout history, when an earthquake happened, most people would agree it's a bad thing. And so when a person prophesies a destructive event, it's a lot easier for a person to say, oh, I agree, that would be bad. Now, if we're looking at a good event, a good prophecy, people aren't going to agree as much on what is good, in the sense that, different religions, different ideas. It's a fascinating concept, really, the whole idea of prophecy, but I really want to know if anyone believes that prophecy is, something that we can use as a tool in our lives. And if so, point me to some, because I'm very curious, and I want to know why. I have no faith in just believing something's going to happen because someone said it is. And it's become very common way for people to believe. We're always told what to believe, told from our government, told from fucking media and the sports teams, and each one of us really kind of fulfills our own prophecy, I guess. And there's little things that we can look to in our own future. I mean, if you keep an eye on your own behavior, and just watch yourself for a while, then you can start to prophesize, if I keep doing this, then this will happen. And that's not really prophecy, that's more like foresight, But isn't that prophecy would be completely different from foresight, but in that sense, is that what it is for? If we are presented in this thing, if it's true, prophecy is true, and people are writing down things for the future, how are they helping humanity, and how can we know that it means a particular event? You know what I mean? Like one of the famous, ones from the quatrains from Nostradamus, he spoke of Hister, and people instantly attributed that to World War II. They said, Hister, Hitler, he just got a couple letters wrong, boom. And I read somewhere after that the Hister was actually a river, and what we do is we just pull these little pieces and we say, this sounds right, this sounds right, this sounds right, and we try to make them fit. But all the prophecies are always proven true after the fact, once people can compare it. I have yet to hear anyone say, well, this is going to happen, and here it comes, it's going to happen like this on this date, and it happens. But every year people do, and they try, and I don't know what to make of it. But I prophesied I'm going to turn the camera off right now.